What if I told you that one of the most powerful bloodlines in all mythology started with a forgotten child, a son of Zeus who never raised a sword, but shaped legends for centuries? Stay with me, because this story rewrites everything you thought you knew. Hey there, seekers of the forgotten and the divine. Welcome back to Myth or Real, the channel where ancient legends rise again, one myth at a time. If you're new here, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a descent into mystery. It costs you nothing, but it helps us a ton. And if you love diving into the ancient world, drop your favorite mythological character, be it a king, warrior, demon, angel, or monstrous beast, down in the comments. I always check them out. Tonight, we unravel the tale of a forgotten son of Zeus, a demigod shrouded in power and obscurity, a boy born not from Olympus, but from divine fire and mortal sorrow. This is the story of Epaphus. To understand Epaphus, we must return, as always, to the beginning, to a moment of passion and pursuit between the king of gods, Zeus, and a mortal queen named Io. Io was once a priestess of Hera, wife of Zeus, beautiful, devout, and unfortunately, noticed. Zeus, driven by his ever-burning hunger for mortal women, fell for her. But knowing Hera's wrath, he cloaked his affair in clouds and mist. But Hera, as always, wasn't fooled. In a cruel twist, she transformed Io into a cow, condemning her to a wandering existence guarded by the hundred-eyed giant, Argus. Eventually, Zeus intervened, and Hermes, the trickster god, slew Argus. Io fled, still in bovine form, across the lands, over mountains, through deserts, until she reached Egypt. And there, at long last, the curse was lifted. She returned to human form and gave birth to Epaphus. Epaphus, meaning the touch, named for the touch of Zeus that conceived him. But his birth wasn't just the end of Io's torment. It was the beginning of his own legend. Though born in Egypt, Epaphus was no ordinary mortal. His divine heritage pulsed through his veins. Egyptian priests saw his birth as a sign from the gods. They believed him to be a divine ruler, perhaps even a living god. In fact, many scholars and myths believe Epaphus became identified with Apis, the sacred bull of Egypt, or was at least associated with the line of Egyptian pharaohs who were themselves seen as divine. But Epaphus' tale doesn't stop in Egypt. According to some Greek sources, he would return to Greece, claiming his rightful place in the wider world of myth. And his destiny, like many sons of gods, would become tangled in the lives of other heroes, kings, and creatures. One lesser-known detail, and listen up, myth lovers. This one's deep lore is that Epaphus had a direct connection to one of the greatest tales in all of mythology, the story of Phaeton, the son of Helios. How? Through his daughter, Libya. Libya, daughter of Epaphus, would go on to become the mother of Belus and Agenor, kings whose bloodlines would birth legends. Through them, Epaphus became an ancestor to heroes like Perseus, Cadmus, the founder of Thebes, and even Europa, mother of Minos of Crete. So while Epaphus may not have had a 12-labor arc or fought giants, his bloodline built empires. Without him, no Perseus, no Minos, no Thebes. His story is one of legacy, quiet, powerful, and divine. But Epaphus' life wasn't entirely peaceful. Some myths hint at conflict with Phaeton, son of the sun god Helios. Epaphus is said to have mocked Phaeton, doubting his divine parentage. That scorn would drive Phaeton to his death, the fateful ride in the chariot of the sun that scorched the earth. That moment, one of mythology's most famous catastrophes, and Epaphus was part of it, as the voice of doubt, the spark that ignited a tragedy. Epaphus eventually ruled Egypt, and was honored by mortals as a bringer of divine order. Some say he vanished mysteriously. Others say he ascended, a son of Zeus returning to the stars. In either case, his name would be etched into both Greek and Egyptian lore. So what do you think? Was Epaphus merely a footnote in the myths, or the silent architect of greatness? Let me know in the comments. Which mythological character do you think doesn't get enough love? Whether it's a king, a demon, or an unsung hero like Epaphus? If you enjoyed this journey, drop a like, smash that subscribe button, and share it with your fellow myth lovers. It helps the channel grow and costs you absolutely nothing. except maybe a second of godly goodwill. Until next time, remember, behind every myth, there's a whisper of truth and a story waiting to rise. This was Myth or Real. Stay curious, stay legendary.